Hey, little truffle. Yeah. You like this, don't you? Hello, I'm Sid, and this is the Jack Russell Truffle. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. I've just taken on this plot in Devon where I'm going to create an edible ecosystem. Join me as I regenerate this land into a place thriving with life and producing an abundance of food and nursery plants. Definitely waiting for someone to say, do you not know the untold damage you're causing to till your soil? And I get that. I do know that it's not generally good for soil to cultivate it. I get a lot of people who message me and say this because I do tend to till soil when I'm starting a new garden or plot, because it's in my experience that it does a lot for the establishment of new plants. Why is that? It's because it's taking succession right back to stage one. We're creating an opportunity for our plants to get established. Yes, it breaks up fungal networks, but there's also a mass release of nutrients and their availability when we do that, which then means that that becomes available for our plants. And in this context, we've got an agricultural field which has been in pasture for a long time, developed this thick sward of grass that's thatched. Yes, I could have worked with what was here and created micro disturbances and planted into that, but the reality is that would have been a very slow establishment of my plot, whereas this way it's opening up an opportunity for seeding, because I'm going to use a lot of seed on this plot. So being able to start from scratch means that I can use seeds rather than plants, and I can get things established without bringing in as much compost or mulching material. I can work with what's here much more. But also, digging is a natural process. No, it's not good to dig every year, damaging that soil structure. But there's plenty of animals in the world that dig. For example, just here, the farmer had pigs on it, which pigs dig. They expose and break up the vegetation and expose the soil for a renewing of succession of plants. And whilst I was in Sardinia some years ago, I saw a few 1,000-year-old olive tree, and below the canopy there had been wild boars digging around the roots. And it just made me think, how many thousands of years have these wild boars been digging underneath this tree? And that's the thing, is digging is a normal and very natural process, but I believe it's only a real problem when we're doing a cultivation growing and almost every year or multiple times a year you're tilling the ground. I don't think that's good. That is going to deplete the soil, leach out the organic matter and the carbon. Whereas when you're starting a new plot and your intention is to create a perennial system, I personally do often go down the route of cultivation. A fresh start, a opportunity to get seeds and plants established in the ground, unless I don't always do it on smaller scale gardens and smaller scale plots where I can just bring in the organic matter and build that up on a no dig basis on top of the existing vegetation and soil, then I might not dig. So it's a balancing act. We do what we can with the resources and the knowledge we have, and we don't just apply a principle to any context. We work with our own context, our own knowledge, our own abilities and energy. And to me, it was, in my view, the best option to plough, till this plot so that I can broadcast diverse seeds. And now I'm seriously excited about getting seed mixes across the ground here. So keep tuned, and I'm going to be establishing diversity, abundance, and diverse foods.